Hey folks, WooFDriver coming to you live from the big farm, doing some free ranging. This is just a WooFDriver broadcast, so if you get any questions, I can take them. I'm just holding the camera. It's a real informal broadcast here. I just did an opening segment on WooFDriver Unleashed. If you're not a member there, please join up as soon as possible, so you can be privy to everything we do. Here's Chase. He's just seeing what's going on. What animals came through there. Come on guys, let's go. Come on Chase. So I'm holding the camera, so a little different than I normally do, but like I said, real informal. Just got out here and it's so beautiful, and the dogs are so happy to be out here that I love to share it as much as possible. Come on guys. So you'll hear me, I'm always giving them voice commands because they need it. They are a wild and woolly wolf pack, and they get sometimes a little too wild out there. So I just got to keep them in check. But you can see we're just moving along at a rather moderate pace. And this is Princess. If I go past her, she'll pick up her pace. Because she's very competitive and wants to be with her pack and myself all the time, which is what their natural instinct is all about. And just finding a way to train them so they understand you're part of the pack and not to deviate from the pack is what it's all about. Beautiful day here. A little bit of a breeze blowing. It's about 65 degrees, maybe hitting 70. There's Princess again. Now the other two are right behind me. They're coming though. Here comes the chase man. Come on guys. Good boys. Anytime they stop to have a sniff, just let them know that Pack Daddy's in the house. Come on guys. Good boy. And some of them sniff together better. Come on guys. Good girl, Princess. Come on. Sorry. Hey Jen, good to see you. Thanks so much for stopping in. Yes, they are. Well, we're trying to be creative here. Come on, Jag and Chase. Yeah, right now, like you might have seen me Friday when I had 4 cameras going at one time. Really cool. I hope to do that out here. That's a big setup, and this run was kind of last minute. Weren't sure what we were doing today. A lot of stuff going on, and just decided to. I'm going to give you, look at Princess. That's Princess coming right up. Behind her is Shag, and behind him is Chase. So I'm trying to hold the camera and drive. I apologize if we lose. Look at her, she's so happy. Come on, Chase! And see how beautiful this place is. I'm in the ATV, so you're seeing the bars as I turn the camera. But I'm going to be able to focus in on look at her. They're running through these hay fields that have been cut. And I don't know if they're growing more or not. Come on, guys! Princess! No! Good girl. Come on. So you see, when I call her, Chase! Good boy. Come on, let's go. Free. Chase. Chill. Good boy. Look at this. I love watching Zorro roll and really enjoy himself. And I was just calling Princess and Chase off because they get a little too close for comfort, as I've explained before. Oh, hey, Bucky. Good to see ya. Hey, Cheryl. Great to see you, too. Glad you joined us, Bucky. We got to talk to you soon. All is well. Just been busy, you know. Glad you're on here. So I'm riding through. These are the hay fields to my right. This is just tall grass that they usually keep an open lane. And you can see the dogs usually take the path of least resistance. So they're running in the tracks from the tractor or whatever flattened the grass down there. Now, of course, anything could come at us at any given time. You could have any small animal. That's Chase there, Princess there, Jag's above Princess, and Zorro is right at the top. He usually is. So I'm trying to look ahead to see if there are any critters to go. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on. Behind a to market. No, 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 no. Good boys. Just kidding. It's all good play, folks. The only reason I'm limiting it a little bit with my voice telling them no is because I want to keep going and I don't want them to get to upset Princess. Sometimes she gets a little too involved with it. She tries to tell them, hey, I'll start the play and stop it when I want. And that can go a tip too. When you're dealing with Huskies, they're independent. I know I've said this before. Closest breed to the wolf. And you got a lot of competition amongst them and a constant drive to keep reestablishing the hierarchy of the wolf pack. They'll constantly challenge each other. So I'm trying to prevent that what you get little tiffs that occur and they can get a little bit hurt in those. So I'm always doing my best to keep that under control as much as possible. Good boys. We'll take a zip. This is a clean pond or a clean. Come on, guys. I'm just having a blast out here. Sounds great, Bucky. Yeah, it is a gorgeous day. It's 2:30 out here, yes. Yeah, it is just gorgeous out here. Now, by the end of the week, we've been unseasonably cool for this spring, getting into the middle of spring. And because of that, come on, Jag. Look at Jag rolling. Come on, Jaggy. So we've been unseasonably cool. And this is actually the warmest we've been in a few days because we've been in the 50s. So that's been great for the dogs. There's Princess and here comes Jag. Yeah, I know. I'm holding the camera. This is, like I said, a real informal broadcast, so you're going to get some bad views. I apologize. But that being said, hopefully you'll get better views than when the camera's driving itself. And I can't always guarantee you there's a dog in there. Sorry, Princess is barking. So with this being 70-ish, come on, guys. By the end of the week, we're going to be in the 80s, maybe even 90s. So it's going to warm up in a hurry, and that's where we're at. Hey, Kathleen, good to see you. Glad you're here, getting to see all four of the wolf pack. I was just explaining how I'm holding the camera. Look at Jag. He's just loving the tall grass. And I know everybody asks me, well, they can lay in the shade all they want, but they want to keep going too. It's rather cool here. It's maybe just 70, probably in the high 60s. Look at Chase. And what they're doing is rolling in the high grass because they're laying their scent down. And also scratching their back. How convenient, right? Jag. And they are a little dirty. We're between groomers right now. Come on, Jag. Jag, no. Good boy. He wanted to jump Chase. And I want to keep him calm because I don't want Princess to get upset. And I control all that, but we just started out and they got a lot of energy with them. So trying to wolf drive their energy. So what I was saying, we're looking for a new groomer because our groomer has moved away, and she was with me for, I think, better than 7 years. So it's a little hard to... Oh, okay, that's why. Cool, well, glad you're back with us, Kathleen. Yeah, so we got to find a new groomer, and it's really hard to do, find a mobile groomer, because of their long hair, the coat they are, and their huskies. Come on, Jag. Now watch Jag. He's back here waiting to see which way I'm going to go. He wanted to... I'll try to focus the camera in. What he's trying to do is see... No, Jag! I'm going to let him go. He's going to... He cut across the field. So basically, he shortcut me. Because he's Jag. Come on, guys! Come on! So... Jag! He's right there. See how he shortcut me? So what happens is, come on, guys. I do a U-turn here. And Jag is guessing which way I was going to go. And that's okay. Come on, pretty. Come on. That's okay when we're doing a day like today. But when we're training, we don't like dogs to shortcut us because they're taking their attention off of you. There's Princess and Chase. Princess, Chase. Did you see what she just did? She's letting him know that she's boss. Even though theoretically Chase is younger than her and a lot more capable at this point. But she was just telling him, and I was just telling her, be easy, because she will snap at him in a friendly way. Hey Joyce, great to see you. So sorry to hear. Yeah, I know. That's the hardest thing about dogs is they have a shorter life than us humans. But we give them the best we can while they're here and enjoy every moment of it. That's what I try to do, and I know everybody out there does. So here comes Chase and Princess behind. Come on, Jag. No, Jag. No. No. Here. Klutz. Good boy. Had to throw the bone in the. Good boy. Okay. No. Free. Come on, guys. Let's go. Free. Oh, boys. And that's just a bone in the. Come on. Free. Jag. No. So watch what happens. Jag. Good boy. Chase. No. Good boys. So I give them a little bit of tolerance, if you will, but when I tell them, they should normally respond a little quicker, but they're on a bone or on something. And that's why Princess just marked there to let them know that she was there. So she's the queen. So what happens is if one finds a bone and the other doesn't have the bone, obviously, it becomes a competitive nature. Come on, guys, let's go. And that wolf pack hierarchy starts to kick in. Who is at the top of the chain? The alpha. And with these guys, it's really good between the males. They're usually pretty good about respecting it. Princess will challenge it, and that can start a tiff. And when you have new dogs and you're introducing new dogs to a pack, that's where you get lots of tiffs. And that's why, especially with Huskies, we have to be very careful how we do it. Come on, guys. No. Good boys. So he knows the magic word. Come on, let's go. Free. I know around here it's the graveyard where there's a lot of. Come on, free. Sorrow. Good boy. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Come on. And everywhere you turn, because the animals, unfortunately, that don't make it, the farm animals, they put back here. Over in the woods, but the birds drag the pieces out. Don't mean to sound like that, but that's what happens. And the dogs smell that, and they find the bones and remnants of it, and they want their dogs. They're prey driven, and they want to sniff it, want to own it, want to chew it, etc. But we're not doing that here. Okay, we got these puddles are always here. They're springs under the ground. They're fine for them to drink out. Come on, guys. So we're through the graveyard area. You can see. Good girl. And I'll keep you posted on mileage. But easy, Jaggy. Jaggy wants to play with Zorro. Come on, guys. And again, it's all really good play. Look at Zorro. They drop down everywhere. Again, some of that is to get their scent out there and to scratch their back at the same time. Just they're feeling good. And some of it, unfortunately, they'll roll in manure because that scents them differently. It puts a different scent on them than their normal dog scent, which puts them incognito. Therefore, this is just instinctual. They can hunt without being recognized by other animals. So they don't know they're a dog or wolf, how the other animal would portray them, or a predator for that matter. And they might say, "Oh, I just smelling manure." So they kind of mask themselves. Jag's over there laying in the shade. And yes, he likes laying in the shade, but he also likes just laying anywhere. So Chase is grabbing a little grass. He's having a little meal on grass. I'm going to, and I'm always looking for different colors because sometimes animals, if they're injured, there'll be blood, and so when I see red, I'm always curious what's around me, especially to know for the dogs, because we're out here in a situation that is like Call of the Wild. I mean, the dogs are free to go where they want. Anything can happen at any given time. Come on. Come on, guys. Good girl. She's just soaking up the sun there. There's Zaro. Come on, guys. Let's go. I'm just trying to keep you narrate as much as I can. Again, I'm driving and I'm holding my phone. Come on. But at least it's not a car. I would never do that. If they're all around me now. They're really trained to follow me really well in whatever I'm on, whatever vehicle I'm on, or to be with me because they're tethered to the vehicle. So they really have that in them, that sense of, hey, got to be with Dad. Chase is sometimes a little too close for comfort, so very easy how I go as to not come into contact with him. There we go. Okay, and the run back. So this field hasn't been plowed to plant new stuff, so that's why I'm riding in it. It's got the old corn stalks, stuff, remnants of the corn stalks, new corn stalks growing up, but not to the point where they want to sit with it for the year. They're going to till this field and replant it and all that good stuff. Come on, pretty! Good girl! So she was just sniffing, but I don't want her to get too far behind. But I don't want to look at her run. I've got to show you this, folks. Look at how happy she is. She's 13 and a half years old. Good girl. And she's just a happy camper doing her stuff. Princess is a typical husky. I didn't raise her from a puppy, so she didn't know a lot of the activities that we do. And she had always been restrained by a leash because, granted, that's the way my first huskies were until I understood what they needed and could put the proper timing of taking them off leash, because the leash is really negative for a husky. As soon as they're restrained, they develop a lot of issues. Now, that's not to say they shouldn't be on a leash. They have to be on a leash at some times. But if you balance that out with enough instinctual activities, such as off-leash running and other stuff I do, you can really put the leash in a different light, and they can cope with it a lot better. She still has a lot of negativity from her experience with it, and it's hard to... Come on, guys! G! Look at this. Come on, guys! Look at Jag. Come on. Look at them rummaging through here. And we're going to drive through this grassy field. Come on, pretty. Good girl. Come on, Jack. I just have to keep my eyes really close because they can get under you and you not know it. Princess. Here. Look at her. How cute is that? Look at her. She's loving it. And we've got... We've also got lots of shade all over this area. I know, Kathleen, you were mentioning how they want to be in the shade, and they do prefer the shade, especially Zaro, because he's got the dark coat. But there's shade almost, there's trees lining this farm everywhere. Of course, we run through some of the sun, but we're going to also, he's looking up the tree. Chase is the hunter. I'm just seeing, we'll chase a groundhog up a tree all day long here. Come on, Jag, good boy. I'm just seeing if there's... anything they might have chased. I don't see anything, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Usually, groundhogs, they will climb trees. You don't see them in trees as much. In fact, I didn't even know they climb trees until I witnessed it for myself. But when they do climb a tree, because I don't see them do it, I don't think they're as good as some of the other animals that do it more often. So I'm always concerned they might fall out. If they fall out, it'll be a little bit of a melee. Of course, the dogs will listen to me, but all bets are off once I take my attention off of it, so I'm going to be very careful around that. And that's Chase just eating the grass. It's we go. And we're going to get to this area where it's not as tall. Again, I want to be careful when I ride in the tall grass of them just getting near the ATV. See that? Now that's another farm over there, folks. This is farm country. Maryland is known for its horse farms, especially. These are horse farms as well as livestock and planted farms. Come on, guys. Do a lot of soybeans and Maryland corn, of course. Sorry, I took my camera off. Easy, guys. I'm going to give them some commands. Easy. Easy is a good one. It means go slow, but also I'm saying it's super loud, so nothing. Oh, squirrel up a tree. That's what he saw. Chase, he can find anything. A needle in a haystack. So you'll hear me get real loud. Come on, guys. Jag. Jag. See how he'll cut over to me now? Jag. No. Here. Good boy. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Jag. Good boy. Zero. Come on, guys. Here. Here. Good boys. Zero. Got all four of them now. That's how they run. Now you saw Princess lost her footing. Because of her arthritis, sometimes her paw will cramp up on her and it'll put a little too much strain on it. So sometimes she'll come close to falling, usually catch her fall. But that's why just being on the lookout and making sure everybody's good. Here she comes flying now. You'll see her come past me. Actually, her and Jag. You can see, I mean, this is utopia. It doesn't get any better than this. Come on, guys. Zorro, no. He wants to go in the tall grass. I don't want him to because there are a lot of groundhogs around here. So trying to avoid any confrontations we can. Though they do happen. If you see it happen, I'll see me take my attention off of the camera, because I'll have to deal with it. Come on. Good boys. That's Chase you're looking at there. Princess and Jag are behind. No, running in the fields, I don't think it's rough for her, especially because she's off leash. It's her favorite activity. Come on, Chase. Chase. It's her favorite activity. And by her, here, look, see, she's popping around. Those little cramps don't affect her long term. Good boy. She's ahead of Jag. We've done this so long, it's second nature to her. Look at the cows, folks. Can you see them? They're peeking through, and the dogs know they're there. Come on, Jag. Yeah, so I don't think there's any effect for her. I think it'd be more detrimental if I didn't run her. And the fields are good for her because they're not hard surface, so her claws can actually dig in. She can get grip on them. And by constantly challenging her, it still keeps her strengthening and conditioning her body. Good boy, Jag. And Jag could be faster if he wanted to. He's just lazy, but that's okay. They can all run their own pace they want. Now, if they saw something, some prey or something they wanted to chase, of course, I would call them off. But they would get very amped up, and Jag would take over. You would see his speed. He's smallest to the ground, the shortest paw length. So he would, can be very fast when he wants to. Whoa. So I'm running through a real bumpy area. Look at how rocky this is. I mean, it's pretty extreme back here, but we're headed to a stream, and the dogs love it back here. It's cool, it's shaded. Jag's gonna mark it because probably Chaser Zorro just did. That's ahead of him. And Princess, depending how hot she is, she may lay in the stream. It's a perfect depth level for that. And the boys will watch it. We'll walk up and down the stream. Now here's a offshoot. Come on, Jack. The big stream's down here. This is just, actually it's a road. Good boy. Come on, Jack. Jack, let's go. Come on. He can get in the water down here. Little princess is getting in the water right there, but we're still not at the stream point. But I'll show you that. Yeah, it erodes back here, and actually the direction of the trail changes. Sometimes a whole area gets wiped out. It's just very susceptible to that. It's a low-lying area, and with the stream and everything. Come on, Chase! Good boy. He was blocking our way to the stream, and the other dogs would have had to make it around them. Again, confrontation's always on my mind. Dealing with a breed that's close to the wolf. Look how cool this is, folks. If I can make it there. This is why I'm on an ATV. Okay, so I'm gonna walk out now. It's kind of cool holding the camera today, something a little different. Look at her, she's gonna, yep, she's laying down. So can you see that? She's drinking. I call it a dip and a sip in the water. Look over there, you got Zorro, and you, look at Chase. Walking under that branch is awesome. Some dogs won't do that. It's a confidence builder. When they're out here in the wild, they get all kinds of obstacles. They'll usually find the shortest path depending on their confidence level. So if it's going through a tunnel-like area, or if it's going through between some really tight trees, sometimes they'll be a little hesitant of that. My guys aren't, because we've been doing this so long. But that's why the training out in the on the dog cart and this go hand in hand. Yeah, hi Bonnie. What we call it is bee gross. Bee gross is blue, green, red, orange, or I can't remember the acronym, full acronym. Dirty looking water that you're concerned with. All the water I take them to, the waterways I'm familiar with, so none of the bacteria is there that would present a problem. Now, different times of year it can show up, but you'll usually see signs of that blue, green, red, orangish colored water because algae will form. And if so much algae forms that it becomes super stagnant, that's when it becomes toxic. The gases can't escape from the water. And farm animals, as well as humans or dogs that come in contact with that water and drink, could be poisoned in actually a real quick amount of time. So you want to avoid that. And there are certain areas we go to that we run into that situation. Never had, I won't let them drink if I'm any bit curious about it, any bit unsure. And I've run into those situations, especially in the Shenandoah in Virginia, because there's a lot of ponds at that particular farm we go to, and those ponds are in the broad light. They don't get much flow, and that's when you have those issues. Look at Jag walking over that branch. This water is extremely clear and clean, extremely safe for them to drink out of. Again, if we get really drought conditions around here, these water levels become depleted and low down, and you get a lot of high temperatures. That's when you can get those bee gross conditions. And I'm going to look that up for you. I made up that acronym, so and it's worked for me very well. Sometimes puddles are can be a bit, you want to be cautious about, especially if cars pass through there, cars leak fluids, etc. And if I didn't know the water, that told me that worms, yes, they can. All that can exist. Worms and other bacteria. Usually in safe waterways, you don't have to worry about, especially ones that I'm familiar, especially ones that have good flow. So, come on, Jaggy. Thank you so much for watching him go. Nope, let's see if he goes over it. Cool. That's good for him too. So, yes, but always be concerned if you're not familiar with a waterway. Don't let them drink from it, especially if it shows any of the conditions I was mentioning. And I'll get you that acronym. There is a pond here, which presents no problem. I've never had any of the different colors that I mentioned present. So it's always been a safe place for them to swim and enjoy. No, that's okay, Bonnie. That's what this is all about. Everyone to share what's going on. Joyce, great question, and I appreciate it, Bonnie. All the comments, everybody learns from this, and then I can explain my experiences and understanding, so we can all converge and come up with the best solution for people that come to unfamiliar waterways. So I appreciate it. Joyce asked, how do I tell the white ones apart? It's really hard. Actually, sometimes, depending, like in the snow, where you get a lot of reflection, and they're white, so they blend in so well with the snow, it really becomes problematic telling them apart, and yet alone sometimes seeing them. So what I'll do is I'll put bandanas on their collars, and I actually have bought a ton of them on eBay, that different sports teams, different colors, whatever. Come on, guys, let's go. So I can help tell them apart. Princess, stay. Chase, let's go. Come on, come on. Jay, good boy, come on. They're just sniffing this area. And thanks, Bonnie, I really appreciate it. Yeah, what the coolest thing about this is, you know, a lot of people could, easy guys, could do something similar. But what happens is, it depends. Come on, let's go. No, no. As long as Princess goes by, I'm usually okay. Chase, Jag, no, here, Jag, good boy. One at a time. Princess, no. Good girl, one at a time, sniffs. Too close for comfort in that situation. Let's go. And they're all on a scent. Because one pushes one out of the way and says, oh, I want to sniff it. No, it's mine, etc. Almost lots. I'm trying to give people ideas what they can do, especially with a high energy breed like a Husky. If you know a trainer, or maybe pick up some of my training information, you can run them. Look at Zorro. Run them off leash too. The biggest thing is finding areas. Jag, Jag, no, we don't go that way. That's another farm down there. Here's Zorro. Come on, guys, free. Come on, Zorro. I just want him to go because the dogs are confused what I want him to do. Come on, let's go. G, G, G. G is the sled dog commands. Good boys. So I just came to these farmers pretty much. Now, farmers are really a funny breed because they're very protective. They have a lot of land usually and a lot of farm animals, and they're protective of everything. So they don't want somebody just coming there with dogs that don't know what they're doing to put their property and farm animals at risk. But I had to network myself. Princess, good girl. I had to network myself and find people that knew. Again, I'm in Maryland where there's a lot of farms. No, Princess, good girl. I'm just directing dogs to yield to one another so they're all get along, basically. So I had people that, and thanks so much, Bonnie, had people that would help me explain what I'm doing, and actually some of the farmers wanted to see what I was doing before they would let me come to their place and do this. But I'm trying to tell you this, look how cool that is, because it's not that far-fetched for you to find someone with a lot of open land and say, hey, can I come to your place for X amount of dollars a month, something real nominal, and run my dogs there? Now, depending on the land and the lay of the land, you might have to spend more than a couple dollars, but that's how we're able to work it. Come on, Chase. Like right now, I can't tell who's who. That was Chase. Come on, Chase. Good boy. Jag's right over here. I don't know if you can see him. There he comes through. And check that out. That's Princess and Zara waiting for us. So again, the stream meanders around. Now I'm going to have to go up this hill, so I got to go real quick. I have to put this in low gear. Come on, guys. To make it up. Come on, Pretty. That's really hard on the machine. But that's why I'm on an ATV. And this also, the ATV, this is an electric ATV, by the way. That's why you don't hear any motor. It's not gas powered, it's electric powered. So it's got a battery, kind of like a Tesla or the other electric vehicles they are producing. It gives me the ability to hear the dogs, not disturb the wildlife, and for the dogs to better hear me. Come on, Jag. Jag is actually just chewing the little... Jag's hair is so thick, it's like a magnet, and it gets all the burrs and everything else, stickers in it, and he stops a lot to clean it. He actually prefers to clean it versus me, but that's why monthly grooming for what we do, I will take some of it out, obviously, but monthly grooming for what we do is essential. Bonnie, I try to do this. I try to do activities with the dogs 3 to 5 times a week, depending on how far we go, and their energy level and weather conditions will determine on what I do. I have a couple different options for activities. We do a lot of biking where the dogs are on the side of the bike so they can pull or just trot along with the vehicle. You might have seen me, I call it fur wheeling. I travel all over the East Coast to do this. It's a bike more like a dog cart, custom built for what I do, and I've been doing it for years. I've also done it with them out in front of me on a Seiko cart, which is a cart that was developed for training lead sled dogs. And I go into long dissertations. It's all on my website, WooFDriver.com. We also do another activity called, it's like lure coursing or the amazing chase. Lure coursing is an activity where, branch here, where the dogs chase a lure. A lure is a plastic flag usually, but it appeals to prey-driven dogs. It was designed for sight hounds because it's especially, easy guys, important. Usually sight hounds have the keen enough vision to see the flag all the way through the field. It's usually a 3 to 5 acre field. Now this will be fun because we're coming. Easy, Jag. Look at Jag, and how cute is that? We're coming through the field where this borders where the Clydesdale horses are. Hi, Cody. No, they're not full blood. Actually, I call them, I'm sorry, I confuse everyone. They're actually Huskies, but Huskies are the closest breed to the wolf, and because 3 of them are all white, they give an appearance, more of an appearance of a wolf. And because you would train them in similar ways, because of their independent and dominant, stubborn nature, that's why I call them woofs, but I do spell it W-O-O-S. Oh, sorry. That's true, Bonnie. Yeah, I don't know if I should say this or not. My father used to always tell me a lot of vultures flying out of the trees over there, so they're either roosting or something is dead over here. My father used to always say, when I come back, I want to come back as one of your dogs. Easy, guys. So we're going to go near the Clydesdale horses. There's a young Clydesdale that was born around 2 months ago. He looks like a full-grown one because they're so big. And I want to just be careful because usually there's not horses here. Easy, guys. Usually there's cows and a bull in this. Look at this. This is gonna be cool. Usually look how curious they are. Easy, guys. I want to let them mingle a little. Hi, guys. Hi, good boys. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Now Zara's very interested, and I'm giving them a little freedom. I'm not saying much to them. I just don't want the Clydesdales to get spooked because of the dogs. They've been around them before, but only briefly. Hi, guys. How cool is that? So the dogs are kind of, Princess might want to say hi. Easy, Princess. How cool is it? Princess, easy. Let's see. Nope, she didn't do it. I have to be a little bit assertive, so I'm not giving them full freedom just because I'm concerned for the horses. Because if the horse, what happens is, hi, good boys and good girl. If the horses get real spooked, they're in their pen. Come on, pasture. Sit, Jag, now. Jag. Jag, no. Good boy. Jag, let's go. Come on. Good boy. He's just eating goose poop or something. When they're in their pasture, they're comfortable, but they could take off if the dogs spook them too much. And that, I don't want them hitting the fences wrong and, God forbid, breaking a leg or something. So I'm very careful how I approach them. Now, at certain farms you'll see me at, certain times of the year here, I have to go through, thanks Bonnie, I have to go through the pasture where there's cows, and we walk right through it. The cows are really curious, but really good with the dogs. The horses we don't have as much experience with, but if you look back at one of my videos, I actually take the dogs to a horse track. One of the few remaining here, come on, Princess, in Maryland that is actually full size. It's 5/8 of a mile, and it's a sand track just like Pimlico, where they're going to run the Preakness here on Saturday. It's just like that, so you get different depths of sand as you get closer into the you move to different parts of the track, if I'm explaining that well. And I had all the dogs on the bike, and we actually quote unquote raced some big Belgian horses. Belgian horses are like Clydesdale, they're very similar, but they're a little bigger. and we trod it with them, and it was probably one of the coolest things I ever did in my life. And the dogs were awesome. So they get plenty of socialization with other animals. Whoa. Something just hit me, big bee or something. And I've got my long sleeves on today because I told you this is kind of cool. Thanks so much, Bonnie. Yeah, just like WooFDriver, and it'll notify you when I go live. Here's the pond I was talking about. You can see it's got good flow, and you can see the water looks super clean, and it's very high up. And there's no algae setting in. You can see the mud packed on the bottom. So this is very clean. We go here a lot, and no problem. Again, here comes Princess. If this was the hot of the summer and we were in a drought and there were green sheets out there of algae and the water had a green bluish tinge to it, be very careful. That's when I would be very, I wouldn't let them drink out of it. Now they were trying to dredge this pond to make it deeper too, so algae would be less likely to form. I don't know if they ever did. Jag's going to check out where, because they barbecue over here sometimes, if there were any barbecue remnants left for him. Jag eats anything. Gotta be concerned about. Chase will swim. That's Chase. I got the camera on now. When it's real hot. But it's not that hot yet. Princess will threaten to swim, but she never actually does. So sometimes we'll have weddings down here and other events. Thanks so much, Bonnie. And I'm going to get in there. So they're not spending much time in the water because, again, it's not. I mean, listen, for these dogs, anything above 0 degrees is hot. Come on, guys. No. So I'm just telling you, I don't know what they're getting into over there. And I don't want to mess them with the farmer's area. There's just a paddle boat. Princess is doing a pit stop. And you can see the dogs take a lot of pit stops here. It's really healthy for them to keep moving everything inside of them and getting it out of them. Look at the Zorro. So Princess actually, come on. Princess was actually stiffening up a little bit at home because we had a little bit of abbreviated run on Friday, as I was explaining, and so Saturday and Sunday were rest days, but she really needed to get a little run in, and I wasn't able to get her yesterday. She needs to constantly be moving. Thanks so much, Nancy. There they are, they're in there. She needs to constantly be moving because of her arthritis. Look at Zara. She's just loving it. There's Princess. There's Jag and Chase. Frickin' frack. So we're going to keep going. So if you've been with me, we've done about a quarter of this farm. This farm is 500 acres, which is pretty massive. We can usually get 5 to 10 miles out of here with keeping it pretty fresh, not repeating ourselves. Like not repeating the same run, the same area. With 5 miles, totally not repeating. 10 miles, I'll start going backwards. I'll start running the course I did, but do it in reverse. Look at him, he's just having so much fun. Yeah, this is a big farm. This farm used to be bigger. My understanding is, way back in the day, it's been in this family that I rented from, that I land lease it, whatever you want to call it, that I'm allowed to come here for probably, it's still rolling, for probably, I'm going to say 3 generations. And one generation, I guess the one before the one now, or maybe the current one, I guess it was some brothers and sisters, my understanding, they sold some of the land. I think this thing used to be over 1,000 acres, and because of that, that's Princess actually, she's rolling now. She's the oldest, she's 13 and a half. Amazing, isn't it? She's just loving her life. Come on, guys. So they sold some of it, and the farmer was pretty upset because now there's houses that border this area, and he wasn't happy about that, but you know, it was a family thing, and that's the way it happened. There's a stream down there. That's the same stream, folks. This meanders through the whole farm. And they used to give the cows access to that stream So that told me that it was safe right there, because farmers know what's safe for their animals, especially when they've been here for 100 zillion years. But the EPA came by. Come on, guys. Good boy, Chase. Chase is having a potty break there. The EPA came by and told them the cows can no longer have access to the stream because of the sedimentation that it was stirring. So these are, by the way, you see, these are planted trees. They've planted all trees here. Sorry. It was an EPA requirement that they plant. Easy, 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 guys. They're rushing down here. This is a hollow tree, or at least a hollow bottom. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. And I know there's an animal that lives there. Jag. So I just wanted to make a lot of noise so that animal could split if it was there. Probably a groundhog. You can see that. So the EPA is required that they plant all these trees for erosion purposes, I guess, and water management, because the stream is down there. Remember, being a big farm in a big area like we are, there's a lot of stipulations and requirements from the different government agencies. So, and they have to keep up with it. Now, years ago, if you could go, what's so cool? I love videoing everything. I hear you. There's a lot of truth to that. They can be very problematic. If you talk to the farmer, he'll give you his sense about the EPA. This farm has changed in its appearance, not only with the seasons, but throughout the years. I've been coming here for 5-6 years now, and if you go through my videos, I do a lot of the videos, as you see, you will find some of the times I came through here, there used to be a fence through here before they planted these trees. Come on, guys! Princess! No! Good girl. Come on! Free! Chase! No! Come on! Come on! Come on! Good boys. I gotta turn the vehicle. Sorry, folks. Jaggy! Good boy. So, there used to be... Look at Jag. He's running the edge of the field in case there's any critters. But we're making a lot of noise, so there's no critters to come out. Used to be a fence here is what I'm getting to. Yes, they are. That's so true, Bonnie. There used to be a fence. There was a deer caught in the fence, a baby deer, and I rescued him. The dogs found him. They were very good with him. Come on, guys! Chase, no! Princess, stay. Good girl. And again, I'm just giving them direction to assure we don't have any tiffs, and everybody gets in there. Sniff time. It is like herded sheep, you're right. Good analogy there. But this deer was caught, this baby deer, this fawn, was caught in the fence. And the dogs alerted me to it because they kept going over and I was wondering why. And it was amazing. The hoofs were caught, and luckily it was not stiff, it was limp, I should say. Come on, guys! From the length of time, come on, let's go, boy. From the length of time it had been in there. And Mom was not around. I couldn't find Mom or anything. So I was able to carefully unthread it through this fence it was in. Come on, Chase! And luckily, I put it in the field on the other side of the fence, the direction it was going. Good boy, Chase. And gave it about a half hour, came back to check in on it, and it was gone. So it was just stunned and stressed. This was all logged. Last year, again, how the farm changes looks. Last year, we were here for years, and this was heavy woods. We used to go back free ranging through there, just like I took you through the other part of the farm where the wooded area was. And they logged them. I mean, that's what they do on these farms. They use all the resources and grow the trees. There's a big sawmill here that I don't think they didn't log these trees with. They just do onesies and twosies. I mean, this was a major job. A big company came in here, I'm sure. So you can see Princess. Now this is a hill we're on, by the way. A little more challenging, especially for Princess, but she's doing great. And the other dogs are headed up to the shaded tree. I just want to call their name. Chase, Laurel. Just to let them know Pack Daddy's in the house. Don't be getting no ideas. When they get farther ahead from me, they're really good about waiting for me. But if they see something that excites them, they may They could take off after it. They know they shouldn't, but want to constantly reinforce that. By me saying their name lets them know that I'm on the scene and I'm not going to accept that behavior. So we'll stop right here. And what I'm going to do, come on guys, here, let me give him a break. Here, come on, good boy. Plots, good boy, Jag. Perfect Plots. Chase. Now Chase. Good boy, Plots. Princess Plots. Good dog in the distance. Good girl, she Plots. Good. Look at Zaro Plotson. Chase. Chase Plots. Good boy. Now, Plots is Chase Plots. He's the hardest to get. Come on, good boy. Because he's really prey driven. He's the biggest hunter of the pack, and he wants to be on the scene. He wants to be up and ready to go if they would see something. But Plots is a term. I'll give you a better view. Stay, Plots. Plots is a term we use. It's actually German, which I believe means down. And why you hear me saying it in German is because of my mentor and master trainer that taught me how to train dogs. He was a Schützen trainer. Schützen is what is a German protection art that's common practice for military in the United States and other militaries around the world, as well as police forces around the United States and the world. So, and it's kind of nice. Hey, Bonnie, I'm glad you did too. Thank you, Bonnie. I really appreciate you joining us. And with Schützen, it's really great because if they're in a confrontation with a bad guy, the police are, and they send the canine, he won't listen to other commands. Well, they're usually trained to listen to just their handler anyway, but the bad guy doesn't understand what the police are saying or commanding to the dog because it's another language. Thanks, Bonnie. That's so important to me, and I'm so pleased to hear that. Yeah, so Schützen's a protection sport, and my master trainer, again, is an amazing guy. He's retired now from police dog training, but I used to go and watch him put the bike suits on and command the dogs to attack him, set up situations where the dogs think or know that he might be the bad guy and attack him or people he was training or working with, whatever. So it was quite... Thanks, Bonnie. I really appreciate that. Stay Plots. Good girl. It was quite a scene. Now, other dogs are like German Shepherds are really well suited to be police dogs, and these dogs are not going to train quite in the same manner. You'd have a tough time teaching them to be a guard dog or protection dog, but you can teach them some of the commands, like the Plots command. It's one of the most important commands, because if I come to these fields, I never know what's out here. They might be working out here. A lot of times they are, and if they're running big equipment, I got to put the dogs in the Plots or down position right away, so the farmers can do what they need to do, whether they're plowing or harvesting or whatever. And if I don't put them in that position and show that respect, the farmer's going to say, hey, you want to control your dogs. I don't want to run over a dog. I don't want anything bad to happen. Don't come back. So, additionally, if there's wildlife across the path and I want to get control of the dogs, I'll put them in a Plots position, depending on the situation, just to make sure, hey, a position or a down position is better than a sitting position, because a sitting position takes less time for them to get up from. So the Plots position, at least you can have a second or so to respond to. It's just a split second more than responding from a sitting position, but it could make all the difference in the world. That's why we do that. Thanks so much, Joyce. I really try to share all the knowledge and just spread the word with everybody so you truly understand what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And I practice this all the time, the training, because to have them off leash requires, especially the Husky. Other dogs, you know, Labs and Shepherds, they're a lot easier to get through their mind, for lack of a better description, what you expect of them. Huskies are a totally different animal, and they are really hard to train. They're thick-skulled and hard-headed. And it's I love them. I wouldn't have any other breed. But I will admit, and if you watch me and know about me, you know I have a Chinese crested at home too. That's kind of my wife's and stepdaughter's baby, mine too though. And you'll see her on some of our adventures and outings. She's just awesome. I was never a small dog person, and they got her, and I'm like, what's a small dog doing here? And they're like, oh, this is, well, our first one was Lulu. This is Lulu. I'm like, Lulu? What is that? Kind of foo-foo. But fell in love with Lulu. Lulu would crawl up. They're hairless. Some Chinese cresteds are not hairless, but the ones that we've had are. So they look like little ponies because they have a hair only on their paws and their head and their tail. So they're quite exotic looking. But I'm laying on a sofa, and all of a sudden Lulu just comes up, and she's so small, they're usually under 10 pounds. She just lays right on my neck, and her body's so warm because there's no fur to shelter it. And I'm like, wow, it's like a heating pad, and she's just as lovable as can be. So our latest addition to our family is Gigi. Lulu has since crossed Rainbow Bridge, so we have Gigi, who's just you can see Jag back there, by the way. He's picking out all the hitchhikers and remnants of everywhere we just traveled that have gotten into his fur, and he's picking it all off. He's got the most magnetic fur. Everything sticks to it. Probably the longest hair is why. And he has hair all through his paws, as you can see, long hair through his tail. It's just really bushy, and that's why he gets all those hitchhikers on him. So Gigi is kind of a pup. I mean, she's just over a year. She's got a lot of spunk to her, and she can just cheer up anybody, and we love being around her. I would have probably taken her today. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little tether there. You can see that now. On the ATV, that's Gigi's spot. I'll tether her harness because she can't run in the fields with the dogs. It's just too many possibilities of her getting into trouble, from big birds of prey to small animals like the big dogs here run into. But the big dogs are going to chase the smaller animals away, whereas Gigi might attract them, or they might try to grab her. So, but she rides with me. She loves it. She just rides with me in the ATV and just has a great time. So watch me release the dog. Well, they're still enjoying it. We're catching a really nice breeze here, and they're really enjoying it. So I'm going to let them do it. What we're going to do is we're going to travel to the left, that direction, and we're going to circle. I don't think that field's planted. This field is planted. This field looks like it might be winter wheat. I'm not sure, but it is a crop, so I avoid that at all costs. They leave me, now this is so cool that I've been coming here so long and we've become so close that they leave me access. They use it too in some areas, but they always have access for me around these fields. And they told me if I didn't, I could ride over the crops of the fields, which I don't. So Jag's just repositioning himself. So, but some fields are not planted, and I'll ride through them if the opportunity presents itself and I need to. But we're going to go to the left, as I said, and there's a horse farm down there. Hasn't been horses there in a while, but maybe they'll be there today. The horses, it's huge. They like the races. They actually will be on their side of the pasture and the fence, and they'll race us. You'll also see some of the houses up here that are part of this, that were part of this farm. The houses weren't, the land was. The houses were new. They were since built. So we could stay here for a half hour. I mean, I could have a picnic here, but we probably won't be here that long right now. And again, that's a view of what I've been driving and riding in, so you can better understand how it works. Again, no gas motor, it's all electric. And it's made by the Polaris company, and we've had this one for as long as I've been coming here, 5-6 years. Thanks so much, Robert. I really appreciate it. Great to see you. You can see chasing. Usually when it's windy outside or the wind's blowing, they put their nose in the air because it's moving all the scents around of what might be lingering close by, whether it's deer or fox or groundhog, whatever. And that's why a lot of times you'll see them put their nose in the air, especially him, that's Chase, because he's the real hunter of the pack. And the other dogs really tee off of him. So his ears just went, he heard that. I heard there was just the smallest sound in the tree, and he assumed there might be something up there. He saw something he thought was over there. Their eyes, I'll explain it this way. If dogs could read, and they had a newspaper in front of them, they wouldn't be able to understand, they wouldn't be able to see the shapes of the words. They're not nearsighted or focused enough. Their vision isn't keen enough to see the details of that. What they are designed for is to sense motion. So when they see something move, and again, on a breezy day, the grass moves, anything that might in the least little bit move, they are designed to see and then determine if it's an animal they might prey upon. Look at Princess, she's chewing the branch. And I don't know if you saw that little move. Zara just moved away from her because Zorro is, oh, thanks Harley, thanks so much. Zorro is, even though he's the biggest of the bunch, he's 75 pounds, the rest are all in the 50s. He moved away because he saw Princess is chewing on something, and she's the most dominant, even though she's not truly the alpha here. She thinks she is. So he moved away as to keep his distance, so she knows he's not a threat to her. He's very timid in that regard, and that is again what my specialty is about this hierarchy of a wolf pack, which is present amongst any multi-dog household. Even a single dog household, you still have a pecking order. Of course, the parents, the mom or pop or son or daughter, whoever is usually the alpha, but they go in that pecking order. So sorry if I'm getting a little technical out here. I like to share as much as I can. And certain situations and behaviors that I see out here in the field remind me to mention certain points or trigger something in my mind, which is important for me to recite, to sometimes just hear it myself. So that's why I'm doing that. So that's a view, by the way. Let's see if I can focus in. That's the farm itself and where it sits. Now that's the front area, which I never ride at, believe it or not. I do all these acres and I never go up there with the dogs because that's kind of their personal area, even though this place is open to the public. They sell different farm goods, honeys and corn and whatever else they farm here, as well as some meats that I think they get from other farms. They also have like a corn maze in the fall, and they have hay rides. So this is a big place, but I stay away from the front because I want to give them their privacy. Their dogs are up there. I don't like to come in contact with them, as well as some of the livestock they take more personal care of, maybe the injured livestock. The barns are up there, etc. So I stay out of that way. I stay out of their way up there. I pride myself on being one of the most respectful people that I know of, to keep everybody happy with me, because I want to keep doing what I'm doing. So I think the dogs have probably had enough, but we'll take our oh wait, let's check. By the way, a lot of people ask me, sorry, I'm trying to grab my controller. This is my GPS controller. Can you see that? Okay, so that's got each dog, and it actually shows that they're sitting. That's their sign that they're still. Okay, this is made by Garmin, and they teamed up with a company called Tritronics, and I've had this for about 2.5 years. It also has an audio portion, so I can page the dogs, but I'm going to look at a mileage reading. So you can see right there, 3 miles, distance travel. This is for Chase. He's sitting. He's 21 feet away from me. That's approximation. And his average speed was 5.43 miles per hour. So I can tell, and that's the battery life on his collar, GPS reception, and my communication with him. So this shows me, I don't know if you can see these arrows, they're all together, so it's hard, but they're color-coded, each collar. And it'll show me which direction they are for me. If one dog would get lost, I would ping it to tell the controller to take me to that dog, give me directions, and I would be able to find them that way. But they don't get far enough for me to get lost. But sometimes they do meander through these cornfields as the corn grows through the summer. And what I'll do is, you can see the red collar, red for Chase, green for Jag. What I'll do is follow them on this GPS controller so I can see them and let them still run through the fields and have fun, see what they see. So just for the heck of it, I'm going to ping Jag now. So you saw he had 3 miles. Jag's got 2.94, and Jag's miles per hour is 5.23. So Chase was 5.63, almost a half a mile faster than him per hour on an average speed. Princess, she's the slowest. She's got in 3 miles too, And she's got 5.17 miles per hour. So, and I'm going to say, go to Zorro now. Let's see, Zorro. Sorry, wrong screen. Zorro. It says Zorro too, because I got a couple collars for these dogs. I've had them for a while. He's got the most distance at 3.05, and he's 5.85 miles per hour. So I can look there and get a idea of the dog's condition. Like, if Princess was at 4 miles per hour, I know she's really tired. They're all within a half a mile per hour of each other, so that's pretty good. And I know the rate she usually runs at, and she's right there. But if I saw it was really, she was fading back, even by the controller, I wasn't paying attention, but I always know what they're doing. But I just forgot, maybe. And I would go there and see that she's way off. I'd say, hey, put her up in the ATV if she needed to, or just call it a day. And I usually watch their performance as we go, especially if I've done another activity in close proximity. So if we had a big run yesterday, this might be just to really stretch their paws, and we might want to just go a couple miles. So to finish this day out, we'll probably get, by the time we get back to the truck, another 2 miles or so, mile and a half. So they'll be close to 5, which is an average run for us. And after a weekend rest, it's certainly easy enough for them to conquer. If it was cooler out, we push it a little further and go 7, 8 miles. See, Jag's ready to get a nap right there. They're really content here. So if you got any questions, since we're taking our time and we're kind of just mulling around right here, I'd love to hear from you, and I can respond. A lot of times I don't get to fully broadcast like this because I got cameras mounted to the ATV, or I've got someone else doing the filming, or another situation. So he got up, so we're pretty good. Free, come on. Free. And what I do, the first thing I do is when a dog was chewing on something, I move it over. Whoop. You'll see me throw it in the woods, just so there's no intention. Nobody tries to claim it as theirs. Come on, guys. So we're back in the ATV, you and me, because I got the camera. I just thought I heard dogs. Sometimes there are dogs around here, so I want to be careful. Good boy, Jack. He's coming right past me. No, he's not. Yep, there he comes. I want to be careful that I don't run into any dogs off leash, which I have before. Look at Princess feeling good. When you see a dog kicking like that, they're spreading their scent. And they're feeling good usually, saying, hey, I'm tough. I'm marking this area. I'm claiming it. And that's good. I mean, they're not getting in a confrontation. That's just their instinct telling them to do that. Come on, guys. But this is very tall, what I'm driving through. And this field is unplanned. So, but I'll still ride the border, as Princess. Come on, guys. No, Zorro. Come on, Zorro. Here. Come on, free. Good boys. Come on, guys. Princess. Good boy, Chase. And they were just getting hung up on sniffing. Because this field is a little wild and woolly itself, there's probably been a lot more animal activity out here. Come on, Zorro. So what I have to do sometimes, come on, guys. Good boys. Sometimes I gotta just ride out here. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on. Get ahead of them. That'll create the competition. And that'll get them moving. And of course, oh no, I thought Jag dropped down, but come on, guys. So we're cresting the hill where the horse farm is, but there's no horses there, as I thought. Really windy down here, so I've got to focus my attention on the dogs, especially because they haven't crested the hill yet. 2 of them haven't. Come on. Feels like the wild, wild west. Come on, guys. So, and here they come. Here comes Jag. And here comes Princess. Hey Mimi, good to see you. How are you? We're just out doing some free ranging. This is a little more personalized because I'm just doing it from my phone, so I don't have all the cameras set up, but sometimes that's a little better. Now, I thought we had an animal in the trail, but it actually seems to be the branch. But the dogs will witness that like that too. And actually, I'm trying to see what it is now. So that's Chase and Zara. Behind me are Princess and No, no. Come on, Chase. Chase. Good boy. Come on, Chase. Good boy. Come on, Princess. Jag. Good. So we got really windy. Chase! No! Princess! Chase! No! Chase! Good! Princess! No! Good girl. I'm just calling them off because a lot of heavy smells and it cause some aggression if I explain. Look at Zara. Whoa, this field is really tall. Come on, guys! Come on! Jag, come on, let's go. Here. So this is going to be fun, folks. You're going to get to see how they truck through this. Chase! Come on, pretty. Good girl. This is awesome. This is a dog, what they dream about. If I could read their mind, this is what's in their dreams. And this is where sometimes the GPS collars come in handy that I was talking about. Come on, guys. And this is good for them because it causes them to pick the poles up more because to transverse this high grass. Come on, guys. Jag, no. Come on, pretty. There's also big groundhog holes. I'm not worried about the groundhogs, they're out of there, but I know from experience come on, guys. How cool is this? Really taking our time, which is so awesome. And remember, because the grass is tall, I'm always making sure I know where all four of them are so they don't get under my wheels. It's important in this tall grass. Come on, guys! How cool is that? Good boys and good girls. Usually refer to them as guys. I'm not chauvinistic, but it's just easier to say for me. We got three of them are males and one is female, of course. Come on, Chase. Look at this work to get through this field. This is just awesome. So this is like doing extra. Zorro, stay. Good boy. This is like doing a mile of this is like doing a consider all the resistance. But it's so appealing to them. They want to do it. They're motivated to do it. Jag, no! Jag! Here, Jag! Come on, Jag! Chase. Chase. Come on, Chase. Chase, no. Come on, go. Jag! Good boy. Come on. Come on, Jag. We usually go that way, but because this is so overgrown, and they have that planted, and I'm not sure what's planted, what's not. It's real borderline. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to pull around the other way. He's trying to shortcut me because that's what Jag does. Come on, Jag. Look at that backdrop, folks. Boys, come on. Jag, here. Come on, here. Come on, Jag. Come on, guys, here. They think we're going that way. Come on, Jag. Now I could, yep, look at him come through the grass, folks. That's where he was. Come on, let's go. I'm trying to show you as we go. Come on, Jag. Good boy. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Zorro just got in front of me. Princess, Jag. Good boys. Come on. Jag. Princess. Good boys and good girls. Come on, guys. How cool was that? That's actually Princess in front of Jag. Come on, guys. And I'm talking them to them to guide them to my voice. That's why I keep saying, come on, guys. Just so they know. And they'll usually follow the path of least resistance, like I said. That's Princess. Look at her. Good girl. Come on, good girl. Go back. Probably lay by the pond down there. Good boy, Jaggy. So we're out of that area now. You can see that was a pretty challenging run for him. Just being able to give them that opportunity is, I love it. Again, for the physical fitness it provides them, as well as the, come on, guys, the instinctual appeal it's got to them. Come on. That's how they would travel out in the wild. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, good boys. Come on, free. Free. Come on, Jag. See, if they think I'm stopping, they're going to stop. I want to try to get them down to the water now. You got to see this. They're all four. Like a barricade in front of the ATV. Good boys. That was a good run. Okay, she's going to lay down. We're just going to take a breather here, folks. Good boy. Good boy, Zorro. All right, good girl, Princess. Good boy, Chase. Okay. So you can see they're comfortably laying down. Except for Jag, he decides to get up. Zorro's not. Zorro's got the most energy. He's just switching position. Now I'm going to be able to take this to a different view. Platz. Zorro, Platz. Zorro, Platz. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, Platz. Good boy. And you can see where we just came from. Skies were getting a little, I thought a little dark, but it looks like it got out of here. I thought it was looking a little ominous, like we might get a rainstorm. But if we did, the dogs would love it. Now, in the later hours of the day here, sometimes I'll have a few horseback riders come on some of the trails I just went through that I'm riding now. So I just got to be on the lookout for them. And I'm going to check, let's check how long that field really was. Check my Garmin GPS meter. We're going to go to Jag. 3.58. So that was better than a half a mile. Just that. Riding the perimeter of that field. And I like to keep this in mind, but there's so many areas we go, I forget that, hey, we do this, it's 5/8 of a mile. Or, sorry, half of a mile. A little better than half a mile. Might be 5/8, actually. What's so great about it, again, the tall grass just challenged them to the next level. Now I do feed them once a day, usually because I'm concerned about bloat. We're so active, and bloat can happen for a myriad of reasons, but they think that some of it, one of the causes is feeding them too close to activity time, to when they're panting, working out, their system's charged up. So I have a rule, I wouldn't feed them an hour, but until at least an hour after I run them, and I usually don't feed them before I run, because I don't feed them until we're done our activity for the day. Now when they're puppies, of course, you're feeding 2-3 times a day, depending on the breed and what your veterinarian recommends. At that point, I did train these guys as puppies, so I was working around that schedule too. I train them as puppies to do what we do, but of course they can't pull when they're puppies, because when their growth plates haven't met, they're still growing, you can stunt their growth if you put that pulling pressure on them, just so you know. Your veterinarian can actually take x-rays and tell you when they're done growing, if that's a concern, or usually just wait till a year and a half or 2 years, they should be done. They're looking down there. I'm just checking to see if we got anything coming. And actually, Princess is up. If she doesn't want to lay back down, I'm going to let them run it out to the water. Okay, free. Come on, guys. Easy, good boys. Free. You saw how we get them up. Now they're going to follow me to the ATV. Come on, guys. Free. Let's go. They think we're going this way. They're trained to follow me, which is awesome. Boy, come on, let's go. Once they know the direction I'm going, they'll head that way too. Come on, Jack. Jack's out on marking area first, Dad. And we're going to go down here. Sometimes the reception is a little bit spotty, but I'm going to try to take you to where they are, where they go in the stream. You can see this is a nice paved, not paved, but plowed area for us to run in. Come on, guys. Chase now. Chase. Boy. Just trying to keep them moving. So I'll mark the area. Princess will mark the area. And we'll be back on our way. Gonna make some noises. Easy, guys, easy. Kind of tells them to slow up, but I'm also trying to warn any wildlife that we be in the house. Obviously, most of the wildlife is pretty astute into what's going on when they smell other animals. Are usually way out of our way, but occasionally you'll have young animals. Come on, guys. Newborns. Come on. This is so cool down here. I hope I don't lose you. You see that water? They're in water, actually. I'm going to get out of the ATV and show you. Come on, guys. Whoa. This might be water, too. I want to be careful where I'm stepping. Come on, Chase. This is part of the stream where we were at before. Princess. She might lay down, and you could see the flow on this, and that's one of the reasons I was saying that this water's really good for them. Jack's so cool. When he drinks, he puts a snout like under the water. Oh, fish. So actually, they get these really wild beetles in the stream. I filmed them one year. It's on the internet. If you go to my YouTube channel, and they were all huddling up. I forget what they were called, but I did a whole little dissertation on them. That's Princess you're looking at. This is Zorro. There's the Jagster. Chase is behind him. Great way to cool off. When they get their pads in the water, their pads, I'm talking under their paws, that's one of the places they do actually sweat. It's not nothing to talk about, not effective sweat to really help them cool, but it's an area that's porous, and helps the heat escape their body. So when they can put cold water on it, or water, it helps cool it down, helps cool them down. So that's what we do. That's how we take a break. And I'm going to get back in the ATV. Come on, guys. Come on. They're going to run on the other side of the stream. It's going to be cool. They can cross the stream anywhere. Actually, I've ridden my ATV through that stream. Princess is right here with me. Come on, guys. Come on, Freddie. Come on, Princess. She's just, I'm calling her because she's just in the way. Oh, so hard to just jump the stream. It's cool. Chances to see it or not. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like a runway. Good boys. Come on, guys. Jack. Come on, Jack. Zara. That's Chase right here. It says passing Chase. Oh. Really good, isn't he? Because we're getting near a hollow tree where I don't want to let them know we are in the house. Come on, Zara! Running along the edge of the field. Come on, guys! How cute is that? Whoa, I'm just gonna watch myself. I'm gonna ride up in the pond. Come on, guys! Chase! Look at the water coming from the rain. Chase! No! Good boy. To the other side of the pond because this is the time of day sometimes people come here to this pond. So even though, as I said, this area is, you know, for me to roam, sometimes my girl when it comes through here. Hi, pretty girl. Do the shake. Hi, good girl. You're a good girl. Look at this jag. Now I'm going to determine if we're going to go any further or not. I think we're going to call it a day. I've checked. Yeah, about 4 miles right now, folks. By the time we get to the truck, it'll be 4 1/4. Good run for Chase. No. Chase. Come on. Good boy. Yeah, I called him and he came back. Princess. Hi. And those two, Chase and Zorro, are two keen up on being in this water because they were just in the water as you saw me at. So I'm gonna go around this way. Come on, guys! So apparently something's missing. Come on, Chase! Good boy, Zara. This is Chase now. Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Good boys! Okay, here we go. We got some activity. Come on, guys! Come on! Come on, Jake! Jake! No! Come on! Come on, Jake! Come on, Chase. No, they're really sprinting now. Did you see that? Come on, guys, let's go. Come on. Now, see, Jag was challenging Chase, and Chase says, I'm going to pick on my little brother, Zorro. It's all good fun, folks. That's Princess. Okay, we're going past the Clydesdales. I don't see them, maybe they are up in there. They're up in the woods. Maybe they're not as interested in us. We've seen them so many times lately. Oh, maybe I thought I saw them in the woods. Maybe I didn't. Maybe they took them out. Yep, they're out. No, maybe not. Sorry, I thought the gate was open. Come on, Zorro! Good boy. Come on, guys. So, folks, we're headed back to the truck now. And this is where we wrap it up. Had a good day out here. Hope you enjoyed this real informal broadcast. It worked out really well. Looks like reception held up, and everybody was able to enjoy what was going on. First to the truck or anywhere usually means they get to see what instinctually the prey was there, what's going on first. So they're excited about that. That's why they race to be first. I'm going to show you how we do it. Good boys. Now I've got remote start on here, so the van in situations where we needed it to be cooling already. Doors, and the only one that has a little trouble is Princess because of her age. Everybody's got their own situations. Water bowls. Jag and Princess. Good boy. And a half. I'll try to encourage her to get in here sometimes. Oh, she got in there perfectly. Good girl. That's a little bit of a challenge at her age. So it worked out really well. So you can see these long antennas are their collars that are on them. I hope you got to join us, folks. We just did, I'll give you an exact mileage reading. We just did, I'm sorry for the 4.32 miles. So we did pretty good. Seems to be happy with that mileage reading right now. It's a little later in the day. So as I said, sometimes other people do come here, so we're getting off the trail a little early, and hope to be out here again soon with you. Got some other really great live broadcast planned. If I get to it tonight, tomorrow, I'm going to attempt the 360 broadcast where you'll be able to see what we're doing in 360 degrees. You'll be able to control the camera. How cool will that be? That's going to come with probably like a WooFDriver Live, where the dogs will be there, but we'll be at home for the first broadcast, and that'll show you also what we do at home. Look forward to seeing you. Once again, I am the WooFDriver, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're just tuning in now, or even if you tuned in before, it was a great run, and I think you might like to see the rebroadcast. It'll be posted here on Facebook. Have a great day, everybody. This is WooFDriver signing off. I hope to be with you again real soon.